Well, thank you very much, and thank you, Governor Thornburgh, for the very kind comments. It is truly an honor to receive the Spirit of the ADA Award, especially from one of the men who worked so tirelessly to support the passage of the ADA back in 1990. And thanks to your efforts, people with disabilities are now included in so many facets of life. I am really grateful for this recognition as a Spirit of the ADA Award winner, especially receiving this award from the men and women of AAPD. And I want to thank Mark and the entire AAPD family for the award. Now, because of your efforts every day, people with disabilities across the country have the opportunity to achieve employment and inclusion in their communities. And I share your passion for this issue. And what I want to do is just take a couple of minutes to explain why I'm passionate about this issue and what I'm working on right now. So as Governor Thornburgh mentioned, in July I became chair of the National Governors Association. It's a one-year term. And every chair of the NGA gets to choose one issue, one policy topic to highlight during this year-long tenure. And with the themes of inclusion and self-sufficiency in mind, and knowing that employment is at the top of every governor's list of priorities, I chose the initiative that Governor Thornburgh mentioned, A Better Bottom Line, Employing People with Disabilities. Now, specifically, the initiative focuses on the role that both state governments and businesses can play in advancing opportunities for individuals to be gainfully employed. And I chose this topic because I believe that people are defined not by their disability, but by their ability. And I think that states have a duty to ensure that individuals with disabilities are empowered to achieve their full potential. Now, people ask me how I came to this issue. I don't really have a personal connection. I don't have somebody in my family, but here's what I do have. About 10 years ago, I visited what was then MBNA, the credit card company. It's now Bank of America. It's long been a very good employer of people with disabilities in our state. So 10 years ago, I visited their facility in Newark, Delaware. Many of the people were making promotional materials. And I met a young man. He was 25 years old. He had Down syndrome, and he was making T-shirts. And he told me how excited he was to have this job. And I asked him what he did before he got the job. He told me that for 6 years he had sat at home watching TV with his parents. And for me, a light bulb went off in my head, and it was really the first time I understood the profound improvement in somebody's quality of life. His quality of life, the quality of life of his family, because he had a purpose in waking up every day. He was part of a team. He was part of something bigger than himself. He was productive, and he even earned a paycheck. And I always had this in the back of my mind, and when I became the chair of the National Governors Association, I knew that this was an issue on which we could really move the needle. And when the Americans with